Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Read and Reread. I am Angela, and today I have my belated weekly wrap up. It's really a 2 week wrap up because I was out of town last week. And of course, I brought home a souvenir, a raging cold. And so I didn't film yesterday, but I felt like I would take a crack at it today. However, I'm going to try a little something that will help keep it brief and save my voice. And it also will deal with the fact that this is a double-sized pile. But before I explain that, let me model what might be the last Christmas outfit of the year. I don't know if I'll do another video before Christmas, or I guess I could still wear a holiday thing after Christmas, whatever. But let me just show you what I think is probably my ugliest vest of them all. I don't know. Can you see just the shade of this green? And then there's all of these. There's so much texture. You can't really see it, but all of this is beads and bows sticking out. There's these buttons. These buttons weigh about 5 pounds a piece. And the trim, I only paid a couple of bucks for this monstrosity, but the brand is this brand that makes really expensive ornaments. I saw some ornaments in a shop near my house of this same brand, and they were like $75 for a little ornament. So I don't know. There's something for everybody. I may have to take it off just to save us all from having our eyeballs seared too heavily. So back when I was an elementary school librarian, I used to have a handful of different little games that I would play with the kids in those extra minutes, like when the class period was over but their teacher hadn't come to pick them up yet. Little time filler, fun closing things that would be book related or word games or literacy kind of things. And so one of them that I did with the older kids was called 7-Word Book Review. And that was that they're in line, they have their books that they checked out, and somebody could volunteer to say something about their book in 7 words that would make other people interested in reading it. So it could just be a string of adjectives, it could be a sentence, it could be why they liked it, or something about the author, whatever they wanted. And so we had a lot of fun with that. So I'm going to take the spirit of that today and combine it with this big pile and my failing strength of voice and try to limit myself to one sentence about each of the books here. So I'm not really going to count the words. I'm not going to make it be 7 words, but I'm just going to give a one sentence commentary about each book. Most of the pile is what I have read the past couple weeks, and the last few are the current reads or upcoming reads in the week ahead. Please do not watch this on any device larger than a phone, because I have got bags that would not fit in the overhead bin. They are startling. And speaking of overhead bins, go ahead and skip that movie Carry On, because it was not very good. We watched it last night. Okay, here we go. A Psalm for the Wild-Built by Becky Chambers. Kind and gentle science fiction tale of a human and robot meeting and becoming friends. Reading it feels like you are drinking a cup of the tea that Dex the tea monk serves. Michael Tolliver Lives by Armistead Maupin. Number 7 in the series, my favorite so far, my favorite character, Michael Tolliver in first person. It is funny, it is sad, it is emotional. It was everything. I loved this book. Thursday Night Widows by Claudia Pineiro, reading it with a wonderful group. Dead Bodies, Gated Community, social commentary, Buenos Aires, many layers. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, a play by Edward Albee from the early 60s. Two couples have cocktails after a faculty party. Things go sideways very fast. Verbal warfare ensues, mean-spirited drunkenness. Some of it's funny, but there's a deep core of sadness underneath. And the movie was really good. This Boy's Life by Tobias Wolff, a memoir. Tobias Wolff grew up with his mother, who loved him very much, but married the most atrocious men. Her older son wrote the memoir, The Duke of Deception, about his life with their father. Younger son, after the divorce, stayed with mom, who married Dwight. Immortalized by Robert De Niro in the movie that also starred Leonardo DiCaprio. The movie's good. The book's very good. I thought this book was a better written one than The Duke of Deception. There is a Rio Grande in Heaven by Ruben Reyes Jr. Debut fiction about Salvadoran immigrant experience in the U.S. They are speculative, they are weird, they are queer. I really enjoyed this debut. Look forward to seeing what he writes next. And now for the current and upcoming reads. Holiday reading. It doesn't look like anything, but this is Dubliners by James Joyce. I read The Dead every year. Sometimes I usually read it between Christmas and New Year's. Truman Capote, it's time to read A Christmas Memory that I read every year. I'm also going to read One Christmas, which is in this collection, which I have never read before. I am halfway through This Is Happiness by Niall Williams. Maybe not quite half. An unhurried tale of an unhurried time, of an unhurried Irish village that is just about to receive electricity well behind the rest of the world, told by a 78-year-old narrator who is looking backward to what happened when he was 17 and this whole thing went down. It's lovely. I picked up the second Monk and Robot book, A Prayer for the Crown Shy, Becky Chambers. Looking forward to going back into that vibe, and it's short. And then I think that Michael Clark and I are going to try to fit in Canoes somewhere right after Christmas. This is Maylis de Kerangal, French writer. We both loved Eastbound. This is short stories in one novella. And that is it. That is all I'm going to try to say. I have a lot planned, end of the year, best of, January plans, and if I don't make another video before Christmas, I wish happy holidays to everyone, and take care. I'll be back soon.